I didn't get to leave at mine, and then she was going with me. What are their games? Okay, it doesn't matter.
Okay, it's not even funny. It's to the point where I vote for every color. Here we go, Maddie! Come on, Maddie! Come on, Maddie! Let's go, Maddie!
Let's go, Maddie!
All right, softball fans, here we are, game number 2. Monsters won their first game, 11-4, something like that. Here we are, second game, Monsters, the visiting team, again, playing against the I forgot already. Oh, Outlaws, Lady Outlaws. And that is 0-2 on Maddie. Maddie's 2 for 3 on the day so far, batting .666. And Maddie, another foul ball. She's just a tad bit late on these. Pitching for the Outlaws is number 6, Raquette. Pretty sure that's a last name. Is the 0-2. Maddie swings at a low one, still gets a piece of it. Raquette back on the pitcher's plate. Here's the 0-2 to Maddie. And she fouls another one off. 0-2 again. All right, here's the 0-2 from Raquette. That one's high, ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's good because Maddie, after swinging 5 times in a row, sometimes it's a little difficult to lay off one. Maddie's a stellar hitter. That's why she leads off here for the Monsters. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, she battled, but in the end of the day, Raquette ended up coming away. Here's Estelle with 1 out, coming up to bat. First pitch from Raquette. Inside. Ball 1. Looks like Estelle afraid of getting hit on her leg. 1 ball, no strikes. One 0 bounces in front of the plate. 2-0. Outlaws. Yeah. Here's the 2-0 to Estelle. High, 3-0. Estelle can just lay this bat down on the ground because she better not swing after seeing 3 straight balls. Shows bunt, pulls back, strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike on Estelle. Here's the pitch. Check swing and ball 4. Estelle works a 1-out walk. This is field 5. That brings up Hannah Simmons. Hannah, 3 for 3 on the day. She had 2 singles and a double in the last game. Shows bunt, pulls back, inside, throw down to second. And she is safe at second. Estelle with the stolen base and the ugliest slide I've ever seen her make. That was a terrible slide. She's probably worried about getting another boo-boo on her knee. We turn our attention back to Hannah. Swing and a miss. Not exactly sure what the count is. And Hannah fouls that one off. Well, I know Hannah's got 2 strikes on her. There's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Hannah. Runner on second, 1 out. That one bounces on the ground. Estelle halfway. And she goes back, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Estelle taunting out there. A lot of players do it. Estelle likely to run. Here's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Hannah. Raquette deals low. And 3-2. Estelle forced the throw down to third. I don't know why she went back. I think she'd have been safe. Except that she might be afraid to slide and get a boo-boo. Here's the payoff pitch from Raquette. High, ball 4. So back-to-back walks here in the top of the first inning. Brings up Riley Trude with 1 out and runners at first and second. Pitch, Riley swings, pops this one straight up. Catcher coming over. Oh, sacrifice the body. Ends up hitting the top of the fence and goes out of play. That's Ryder back there. Oh, and 1 on Riley Trude. Here's the pitch from Raquette. High, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 from Raquette. It's in there for a strike. Runner's going, and Estelle safe at third. That's going to allow Hannah to move up to second. Runners at second and third now with 1 out. And Estelle's got a boo-boo. So the ground here does appear to be extremely firm. And Estelle's okay. She gets up. We got more hockey tape for her if she needs it. So runners at second and third, 1 out, and it is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Riley Trude. Raquette gets her signs and deals. And Trude belts one to right field. That's going to drop down. Estelle limps her way in. She's just faking. This ball gets thrown in. Trude takes second. Hannah at third. And Hannah dives headfirst into the earth. So Riley Trude with an RBI single takes second on the throw. Yeah.
Do you have a big band-aid?
Ooh, watch your coffee. I thought you were going to sit on it and spill it. Brings up Ella Precision. Ground ball to third. Throw from third over to first in time for out number 2. But Hannah scores. And it's a sacrifice for Ella. So Trude goes to third. Hannah scores. It's 2-0 Monsters. And here's Chevy. First pitch inside. Ball 1 on Chevy.
Clean the bottom of the dirt out. I mean, as long as you don't mind.
Here's the 1-0. Chevy swings, gets underneath that ball, pops up third baseman over to make the play, and that is out number 3. So the Monsters pick up 2 in their half of the first inning. Coming up for the Outlaws, it's the top of the order because it's the bottom of the first inning. It's Parslow, Canigliano, Canigliaro, and Loicono coming up.
Do you want to ramp it again? Yeah.
Oh, you got big tape? Beautiful.
Just for me. Between you and Ken. Is that too tight? No, it's No, you can? Yeah. Oh.
Well, she's tough, or if she slid better, you know. Thank you. So Estelle is all bandaged up and back out in center field. This doesn't work? Okay. All right. In steps Parslow. And first pitch is hit foul down the first base line. 0-1. It's Addie Parslow. That ball is fouled out of play. 0-2. Wishful thinking, Joe. Wishful thinking. Or it's Estelle's bag.
402.
Here's the 0-2 pitch from Chevy. And Addie, ground ball back to Chevy. Throws over to first for Ella. And out number 1. That's an R. Canigliaro. Here's Canigliaro batting second. So shortstop. Chevy gets set and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 at a ball in the dirt. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes on Canigliaro. Chevy deals, swung on. Foul ball. Double hit. So here's Chevy again with another 0-2 pitch to Canigliaro. Canigliaro swings way early. Strike 3. That changeup got her. Now with 2 outs, up steps the first base player, number 11, Loicono. First pitch from Chevy. In there, strike 1.
Top 802.
Here's the 0-1. That's strike 2. That changeup is dirty today. The wind took it. Here's the 0-2. Oh, that one bounces. 1 and 2.
2-1.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. High, 2 and 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Loicono. If I'm pronouncing her name wrong, it's because I don't know what all the letters are. Coach has terrible handwriting. Swung on, ground ball, foul. We'll come back. 2 outs here. Monsters lead 2-0. Bottom of the first inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And 2 outs. Nobody on. Chevy deals, and that's fouled straight back to the fence. I just realized that's G back there behind the plate. Last game, Liv was catcher. In this game, G is catcher. There's the pitch. Swung on. Foul. Way early on that changeup. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Chevy. And she punches this one back to Chevy. Fields. Throw over to first in time. 1, 2, 3 go the Outlaws in the first inning. And after 1 inning of play, it's the Monsters 2, Outlaws 0. Coming up for the Monsters in the top of the second, it's Liv, Kenzie, Lizzie, and Aria. Too tight?
No, I gotta stand. Yo, I actually, my eyes, like I closed my eyes when the girl like almost hit me, so I was really scared. Like, I don't know, I was like this, I closed my eyes and I just...
Weirdo. All right, top of the second inning. Here is Liv. Don't sit. First pitch from Raquette, outside, ball 1. It's 2-0.
I just reopened my cup from last week. Yeah, I remember that.
So 2 balls and no strikes, I think. Pitch to Liv, swings. That goes back and over the backstop. Here's the 2-1 from Raquette. Another one fouled back into the backstop. That's not happening. 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Liv down on strikes. So that'll bring up Kenzie with 1 out. First pitch misses for a ball. Kenzie's 2 for 2. She reached all 3 times she batted last game. Once on an error, twice on singles. Scored once. And it's 2-0 on Kenzie now. Two balls and no strikes on Kenzie. Raquette deals. Kenzie check swing foul, 2-1. Here's the 2-1. And Kenzie punches this off her fist. Tough play for the third baseman. Throw over to first is in time. What a play. Quick hands there by the third baseman, and there are 2 outs. That'll bring up Lizzie Trudell to the plate. First pitch to Lizzie, low and in the dirt, ball 1. Lizzie hits this hard one, goes off the pitcher. She slows it down, fielded by the shortstop, throw to first in time. That is a 1-6-3 put out, and the Monsters go down in order 1, 2, 3. There's a rare feat in Monster lore. After 1.5, it is still 2-0 in favor of the Monsters. Coming up for the Outlaws, it's their 4, 5, 6 batters, Reese, Biss, and Ryder. Apparently, last names. All right, leading off for the Outlaws, it sounds like her name is Allie Reese. Eventually, we'll figure out all these girls' first names. There's the Outlaws third base coach making conversation as he runs by behind the home plate. Here's the first pitch from Chevy to Allie, and that is called strike one. Here's the 0-1 from Chevy. Swung on. Ground ball is short. Fielded by Hannah. Throw to first in time for out number one. That'll bring up Peyton Biss. PB up to bat. And she hits it right to Riley Trude. Nice grab by Riley for 2 outs. Next up is Ryder. I think it's Cassie Ryder. I'm not sure, though. I won't commit to that. That's in there for a strike. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike two. I hope Coach Dave is ready, because if she fouls this off, it's coming right to his kisser. Here's the 0-2 from Chevy. Check swing, ball one. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Ryder. She got lucky on that one. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Look good to me. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Chevy. And that is sent into the outfield. Estelle's not going to be able to get to it. Hits the edge of the grass. It's a 2-out single for Ryder. That'll bring up the center fielder, McGovern. Chevy's asking for a new ball. Looks like we're going to give her a used one. All right, so here we are, 2 outs. Here's McGovern. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. Got 2 outs and a runner on first. Monsters lead 2-0. This is at the bottom of the second inning. Outlaws up to bat. Runner at first. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Chevy. Swung on, ground ball to second. Goes the short way to second, and that's out number 3. 4-6 for the third out. And after 2 innings, it's still Monsters 2, Outlaws 0. Coming up for the Monsters, it's 10, 11, 12 batters. Aria, McCarthy, G, Brielle, and then top of the order, Maddie, Estelle, and Hannah. Coming up for the Monsters.
This reminds me of Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yep, absolutely. Or high school. Okay, here is Aria to lead things off for the Monsters in the top of the third inning. Monsters lead 2-0. here at Hopkins Road Park in Liverpool, New York. First pitch from Raquette is low, ball one. One zero in there. Call strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike on Aria Heath. One pitch bounces in front of the plate. 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. And Aria hits this one, and it goes off the shortstop's glove. Throw to first is not in time. So Aria reaches on an E6. And that'll bring up McCarthy to the plate. So runner on first, no outs. McCarthy shows bunt, pulls back, ball's high, ball one. Goes back to the backstop. That allows Aria to take second. 1-0 on McCarthy. There's the 1-0. Shows bunt offered. She committed. 1 ball and 1 strike on McCarthy. Here's the 1-1 to McCarthy. That's in there. Strike 2. One ball, 2 strike. Runner on second. Pitch to McCarthy. Fouls that one off. We'll do the 1-2 again. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Raquette. McCarthy fouls another one. Just spoiling pitch after pitch here. Got a runner on second. No outs. Top of the 3rd inning. Monsters lead 2-0. 1 ball and 2 strikes on McCarthy. A pitch from Raquette. McCarthy pops this one up to first base. First baseman grabs it for out number 1. That'll bring up the catcher for this game, G. 1 out. Aria Heath on second. Swing and a miss by G. Here's the 0-1. Ball was high. 0-2. Where's the 0-2? Leighton underneath that one, and strike 3 it is. There's 2 outs on G. That'll bring up Brielle to the plate. Runner in scoring position at second base. 2 outs. Top of the 3rd inning. 2-0 lead. Monsters over the Outlaws. It's a pitch, and Brielle hits this down to first base, and the first baseman takes it herself. 3 unassisted for out number 3. After 2.5, Monsters still hanging on to a 2-0 lead. Coming up for the Outlaws, it's their 8, 9, 10 batters, Corell, Stone, and Chrysler. $3 cups of coffee should be a little bit bigger. All right, warm-ups are done. Up steps Corell to the plate. She's going to lead things off for the Outlaws here in the bottom of the third inning. Here's the first pitch from Chevy. Swung on, ground ball to short, fielded by Hannah. Throw to first is in time for out number one. Now with one out, that brings up Stone to the plate. One out, bottom of the third inning. First pitch to Stone is in the dirt, ball one. Nice block by G. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Stone from Chevy. And goes off of Chevy's glove. Fielded by Conti at second, and the throw is completed. It is a 1-4. Oh, sorry, Liv. Thank you. 1-4-3 for out number two. Sorry. You got the same colored shirt on. There were 2 outs. Here's Chrysler. And she grounds that to Riley. Riley throws over to first in time. And it's another 1-2-3 inning for the Monsters, or for whatever, Monsters. After 3 innings of play, it is still 2-0 Monsters. Coming up to bat in the top of the fourth inning, it's Maddie, Estelle, Hannah, and Riley coming up.
I was going to walk and there's this. My feet right here went
I was watching Riley and I was laughing at me and Riley because we were yelling all the time. So he didn't know about it.
All right, girls, this is our inning. Let's go.
What is that? 4 or 4? They were like, we're gonna try to get it like this, so they did it. Hey, man, let's go. You got it. Let's go, Maddie. And it's terrible. You got it.
All right, here is Maddie, second time up. Struck out swinging her first time. See how she does the second time facing Raquette. First pitch is hit up the middle. Diving stop by the shortstop. Throw to first is not in time. Maddie legs it, a single out. Well-earned single by Maddie. That'll bring up Estelle. A runner on first. Here's Estelle. Shows bunt, pulls back, throw to second. No, just misses. Stolen base by Maddie, and that's ball one on Estelle. Oh, it's a strike. I'm sorry. I did not see her call strike. It was a strike. 0-1 on Estelle. Estelle swings and fouls out one off the plate. 0-2 on Estelle. So no balls and 2 strikes on Estelle Dalin. Got Maddie at second. No outs. Monsters lead 2-0, top of the 4th inning. And Estelle hits a low one, fielded by the third baseman. Throw to first is in time for the out. Throw to third is not made. So Estelle moves the runner over. And Maddie, looks like Maddie got a little beat up on that slide. And Maddie's okay. So Estelle does her job and moves the runner over. And that'll bring up Hannah. Hannah walked and came around to score in the 1st inning. She's got a runner on third now. You know, big opportunity for an RBI here for Hannah Simmons with 1 out. And there's a ground ball. That's going to get the RBI. Fielded at second. Throw to first is not in time. It's an RBI infield single for Hannah Simmons as Maddie crosses the plate. So with 1 out and a runner on first, here's Riley Trude. I saw Riley eating some Wheaties between games so she can hit one 318. That's how far away the fence is here. Here's the first pitch to Riley. Low and inside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. And Riley hits one. It's up, and that gets by the second baseman. Hannah goes to second. And we got back-to-back singles for the Monsters here in the top of the 4th inning. And runners at first and second. 1 run in and 1 out. Here's Ella Precision coming to bat. Ella grounded out to third, but picked up an RBI back in the 1st inning. She actually has yet to get a hit today. That first pitch misses, ball 1. Ella reached on an error and came around to score in the first game of the day. Went 0 for 2. That pitch inside, 2-0 on Ella. I mean, she's hit the ball. So Ella has hit the ball hard today. She hasn't had one drop in her favor. Here's the 2-0. That's in there for a strike. 2-1 on Ella. Here's the 2-1 from Raquette to Riley. Riley thought about it, but it was over her eyebrows. 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike. Runners at first and second and 1 out. Riley, little squibbler down the third base line, goes foul. 3-2. Here's a full count pitch. Fouled off. Riley staying alive. Ella staying alive. Riley's on first. This is Ella. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runners at first and second. Ella lets ball 4 go by, and the bases are loaded for Chevy. Timeout call by the Outlaws coach. Going to have a conversation with Raquette on the mound. Conversations probably around how long we think the line's going to be at Taco-Rilla. After this game, I think we all want to go get tacos from the food truck they have here.
Taco food truck?
Yeah. It's called Taco-Rilla. It's got a gorilla on the front eating a taco. I heard more people want T-shirts than they do tacos. All right, so conversations over. 2 soft shells and nachos, I think, is what the solution's going to be. So 1 out, bases loaded for Chevy. Pitch from Raquette, and Chevy early on that one fouls it out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the 0-1. And I don't know if she called that a ball or a strike. That's a ball. I think it's 2 balls and 1 strike on Chevy. Here's the pitch from Raquette. Inside, 3-1. And 3 balls and 1 strike on Chevy. High, ball 4. And that's an RBI walk for Chevy. And that's 2 runs in this inning, and Monsters have 4 runs now to 0. Bases loaded now for Liv. First pitch to Liv is high, ball 1. Bases loaded, 2 runs in, 1 out. The 1-0 pitch, high, 2-0. And it seems like Raquette's left knee is bothering her. She's got a brace on her knee, and it looks like it's bothering her somehow. Right, every step you put.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's a good showing by Raquette. So, new pitcher is number 5, Peyton Biss. All right, so Peyton Biss steps in with 1 out, bases loaded, and a 2 balls and no strike count on Liv. So here's the 2-0 from Biss. That's in there for a strike. Two one swing and a miss. 2-2 on Liv. Here's the 2-2. And Liv pops that one up back and out of play. We'll do the 2-2 pitch again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Peyton. High, ball 3. So here it's a full count now. Here's the payoff pitch from Peyton. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So with 2 outs, that brings up Big Mac. So bases loaded and 2 outs for Conti. Pitch misses outside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That's in there for a strike. 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And Big Mac fouls that over the backstop. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Peyton Biss. And Big Mac hits us to the shortstop. Double clutch throw to first in time for out number 3. But the Monsters are able to plate 2 more runs in the top of the 4th inning. After 3.5 innings of play, they lead 4-0. Coming up for the Outlaws, it's their number 11 batter, the starting pitcher Riquette. And then top of the order, Parslow, Canigliaro, and Lacono coming up.
You look so very cute right now.
What?
You look very cute right
Thank
now.
you.
Very cute hair.
Who's this your friend?
My best friend.
Aw, hi. That's your best friend?
He lived on my street too, so he just walked me.
That's so cute. Yeah, she looks really close. Do you remember the feel?
No, because you like, what's that? And I go, oh, Dr. Lewis. Or I go, Dr. Thomas.
Oh, she said it's
I remember his name from my head. What's your...
I know, but I was like, she didn't introduce me. It's so nice. That's a good friend. I don't think my friends would walk anywhere.
Yeah, that is. Stop it.
My head.
All right. The game. Yep, top of the order.
Let's go.
4-0.
So here's the leadoff batter, Addie Parslow. She grounded out to the pitcher her first at bat. First pitch here fouled out of play, strike 1. Reaches for that one. It goes right to Riley Trude. 1 out. That brings up Canigliaro. She struck out swinging her first plate appearance. Change up is popped up. First base grab by Ella. There's 2 outs. That brings up Lacono. Lacono grounded out to Chevy, her first at-bat. Chevy's first pitch of her this at-bat is high and outside. Ball 1. 1-0 on Lacono. One zero outside, 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Chevy. Swung on, ground ball, and that gets by both Riley and Hannah. And it's a 2-out single for Lacono. Or Lacono. That'll bring up Allie Reese. Allie grounded out to short her first at-bat. Here she is with 1 on and 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Monsters lead 4-0. Chevy pitches. That's in there. Called. Strike 1. Here's the pitch from Chevy. Oh, she swings. Strike 2. Tried to hold up, but couldn't do it. It was the ghost of the bat that swung that one. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Chevy. And this is punched out, and Liv grabs it out at second base. Little humpback liner grabbed at second for out number 3. After 4 innings, it is 4-0 Monsters. Coming up in the top of the 5th inning, it's the 9, 10, 11 batters. Lizzie, Aria, McCarthy, then G. Brielle, and top of the order.
There are consequences to your
Who chained us in?
I did.
Bunch of animals. Where's your back?
Low 70s.
Where's my glove?
Low 70s is perfect if there's no sun.
You have your truck?
The clouds are thinning. It's starting to feel it.
Yep.
Don't worry, it's not frozen. I asked already. Let's look at it.
Dan, how like far is a normal softball field? Like how many feet?
Oh, about like 220.
Oh wow.
It's a lot.
Wow.
Alright, Lizzie, you got this.
All right, top of the 5th inning. Lizzie Trudell ready to go. Lizzie hit a hard ground ball that went off the pitcher's glove to the shortstop, who was able to relay it over to first. Her first at bat. His first pitch to Lizzie is low and outside, ball 1. So Peyton Biss back on the pitcher's plate for the Outlaws. Lizzie fouls out one off, 1-1 here in the 5th inning. Monsters lead 4-0. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Peyton. And Lizzie, ground ball, gets by both infielders on the left side. Scooped up by the left fielder, and it's a leadoff single for Lizzie Trudell. Now with a runner on first, here comes Aria Heath. Aria reached on an error in her first at-bat. First pitch to Aria, goes off the base, picked up by the pitcher, throw to first in time. Lizzie moves over to second. And that's one out. So here comes McCarthy with one out and a runner at second in scoring position. Here's the pitch from Peyton Biss. That's in there for a strike. McCarthy's hoping that Peyton throws that same pitch again. That one's high, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike on McCarthy. And she hits that ground ball down third, and it's fair. It's a fair ball. Rounding third is Lizzie. She comes in and scores, and it's an RBI single for McCarthy. Hello, Connor Corbett. So it's an RBI single for McCarthy as Lizzie comes in to score. That brings up G with McCarthy at first, 1 out and 1 run in. Pitch is high, ball 1. McCarthy gets back just in time. And the sun is starting to break through the clouds here in Hopkins Road Park. Throw back behind McCarthy. She's back at first again. 2 balls and no strikes on G. And G cranks this one out in the right field. Oh, it goes far. McCarthy rounds second. G's going to have to pick her up. G's going to be out at second. McCarthy's still standing at third for some reason.
G, nice hit.
Hey, where's G? You got to pick up McCarthy.
I thought you were going to
Addison, stop. Just run faster. All right, so with 2 outs and a runner at third, here's Brielle. Bree grounded out the first at bat. That pitch is in there for a strike.
Hey, let's go, Timmy. Come on, take him.
Here's the 0-1 to Bree. And she fouls this one off. Out of play, first base. No balls and 2 strikes on Bree. That's called strike 3. And that'll do it. But the Monsters pick up a run in their half of the 5th inning. And after 4.5 innings of play, they lead 5-0 coming up in the bottom of the 5th for the Monsters. It's the current pitcher, Peyton Biss, followed by Ryder, McGovern, and Correll. All right, here we go. Bottom of the 5th inning. Chevy's on the pitcher's plate in the circle. Peyton Biss coming up to bat. Peyton lined out to third base, her first at bat. Here's the first pitch in there. Calls, strike one. No balls and 1 strike on Peyton Biss. Here's the 0-1 to Peyton. That one's low, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Peyton. Chevy deals. Oh, just misses inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 2-1. Here's a 45-footer. 3 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Nice stop by G behind the plate there. Here's the payoff pitch to Biss. Swung on, grounded foul, third base side. We'll do the 3-2 pitch again. Chevy gets a dry softball. That one rolled around in the grass. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Biss. In there, call, strike 3. And it's a leadoff strikeout for Chevy and the Monsters. That'll bring up Ryder, the catcher. She reached on a single and was left stranded out there back in the 2nd inning. First pitch, check swing, and she went, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike on Ryder. And pitch low and outside, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Ryder. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Chevy. That's high and outside, ball 1. Ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 2-1. Swung on, and that is laced into the outfield. Picked up by Maddie out there, and she throws that in, and it's a 1-out single for Ryder and the Outlaws. That'll bring up McGovern. McGovern grounded out to second, her first at bat. There she is with 1 out and 1 on. Pitch inside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 to McGovern. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Misses high, 2-0. Here's the 2-0. That one must have been inside, 3-0. Here's the 3-0 pitch to McGovern. Runner in first. That one misses. It's a 4-pitch walk for McGovern. The Outlaws got something cooking here in the bottom of the 5th inning with 1 out and runners at first and second. That brings up the extra hitter, number 3, Corell. She grounded out to shortstop her last at-bat. Here's the pitch from Chevy. Misses outside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and fouled off. 1 ball and 1 strike on Corell. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Chevy. That one doesn't make it. 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike on Corell. Here's the pitch. Misses 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. That's in there. Call strike 2. Here's the payoff pitch from Chevy. Swung on, popped up, first base side, and out of play. Nobody's going to be able to get there. Three balls and 2 strikes on Corell. 1 out. Runners at first and second. And he fouls that one off as well. And the Outlaws are chanting something, trying to summon the devil or something. I don't know. Here's the payoff pitch, and oh, it hits her. It hits her. And we're going to let Corell walk that off of that corner. Trying to right in the arch of her right foot, the back foot there. So bases loaded. Bases loaded, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Stone. Misses, ball one. Here's the 1-0 from Chevy. Swung on and fouled out. Out of play. 1-1. One ball and one strike on Stone, the left fielder. She grounded to Chevy her last at bat. Fouls this one off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Stone. Here's the pitch from Chevy. Inside, ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bases loaded. Bottom of the 5th inning. Monsters lead 5-0. Pitch from Chevy. Bounces and hits her. So Stone gets hit by another pitch, or hit by a pitch. It's 2 hit by pitches. And the Outlaws are on the board. It is now 5-1 Monsters, and that brings up Chrysler. She grounded out to third base her first at bat. Here she is with 1 out and the bases loaded. You got McGovern on third, Correll at second, and Stone at first. Both Correll and Stone hit by pitches. Meeting on the mound there with Coach Simmons. He threatened Chevy that he was going to come out there, and out there he went. And the conversation is broken up by the home plate umpire. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Ground ball to second. Out at first. Oh, drop ball. She got poked in the eye. So 2 runs score. Hey, Dave. So number 6 was their starting pitcher. She's coming up to bat now. They skipped her last time. It was right after she came out. I thought she was just hurt, not able to play. Okay, so she shouldn't. Is she able to hit now? No. Oh, I thought I saw 6. Right, the brace on her. You got the thing underneath. Oh, that's 8. Okay. I thought I saw a 6 up there with a bat. I was like, what the heck is going on there? All right. What? She got poked by a hand, didn't she? Fingers fit through the mask.
I thought it was a helmet. I think it was a helmet, the corner of the helmet.
All right, and Hannah looks like she's going to be okay. All right, so Hannah's okay. So McGovern and Carell scored. Stone moves to second. Chrysler grounded out. So there's 2 outs now, and here's Addie Parslow. First pitch to Parslow in there for a strike. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and fouled out of play. First base side, no balls and 2 strikes. So here's the 0-2 pitch from Chevy. 2 outs, runner on second. And that is hit into right field. Throw to first is not in time. So Addie Parslow hits a single, and that moves Stone over to third. So you got runners at the corners now. And that brings up Canigliaro. Canigliaro struck out and popped out to first. Here she is with runners at the corners and 2 outs. 3 runs are in. It's Monsters 5, Outlaws 3. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Shows bunt, and it hit her. 5-3. Yep. So bases loaded now for Lacono, as Canigliaro got hit by that pitch.
Do you still have your stickers that I can subscribe to your channel?
Yeah,
It was on my phone and I lost it.
let me see, what do I have? Do I have a card?
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So bases loaded, 2 outs. Swung on, ground ball to Chevy. Throw over to first in time for out number 3. So the Outlaws almost batted around. They pick up 3 runs after 5 innings of play. It is 5-3 Monsters. Coming up in the top of the 6th inning for the Monsters, it's the top of the order. Maddie, Estelle, Hannah, Riley, Ella, Chevy. We'll see them all.
Like, just keep going.
I
know.
I would have to stop, think about.
You should have like a radio show. Yeah, whatever you want. Take a whole info.
Otherwise, I'll be all mumbled. 5-3. All right, here we go. Top of the 6th inning. Maddie stepping into the batter's box. First pitch hit to second. Maddie running down the baseline, not in time. 4-3 goes out, put out number 1. That'll bring up Estelle Dallin with 1 out and nobody on. Estelle swings, hits that one, grabbed by the third baseman, throw over to first is not in time. safe at first base. Infield single by Estelle. That's what she gets for being the second fastest person in the family.
Who's the first? You?
Cameron. No, not me. I'm the fastest eater.
Cameron's faster.
Here's Hannah. Hannah shows bunt, pulls back, throw to second. In time. Estelle Dallin thrown out at second base. And she dove funny. So I don't know if she felt funny on her leg or.
Do we have ice?
Yeah, we have ice.
Thank you.
I didn't know ice makes your pride feel better. I think that's what most of that is. So Estelle's got both coaches talking to her. She's on her back. They've got her bending and flexing her leg. Hopefully it's not injured. Can't really tell what's going on, which makes me question how much injured there is.
Like hockey players.
Estelle is up, and she is limping off. She hurt her left leg somehow. And she's getting better. Uh-oh, now she's taking off her clothes.
Put some ice on it, okay?
All right, so here's Hannah with 2 outs and nobody on. That pitch is a strike. I don't know what the first one was. 1 ball, 1 strike on Hannah. And she fouls that one off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Hannah. Outside, ball 2, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes on Hannah. And she hits this one up the middle. Fielded by the shortstop. Throw to first is not in time. Safe at first base. Infield single for Hannah.
All right, Riley, we need this right here.
So even if Estelle hadn't been thrown out, she would have gotten out right there. So 2 outs, a runner on first. Here's Riley Trude. Riley's 2 for 2 this game with 2 singles and an RBI. Big swing and a miss by Riley Trude. You're right. Swing and a miss, strike two. Riley chops this one to third. Fielded by the third baseman. Throw over to first in time for out number 3. So lots of commotion, but no runs. At the end of 5.5, it is still 5-3 in favor of the Monsters. They need to hold off these Outlaws here and get a couple of runs themselves in the top of the 7th, if we go that far. Coming up to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning, it's the 4-5-6 batters, Allie Reese, Peyton Biss, and Miss Ryder, the catcher. Are these games timed too?
They are timed. This is the last half.
Oh, okay.
This is it?
Yeah. So this is the last half inning. This is the last half inning of the game because of the time. Monsters up by 2 runs. Have got to hold the Outlaws off the board here. Chevy back in the pitcher circle. And here comes Allie Reese, the third baseman. She is grounded out to short and hit a line drive to second. Here's the first pitch to Allie Reese. That's in there, strike 1. Here's the 0-1 to Reese. In there, strike 2. And Chevy bringing the heat. Swung on, popped up. Second base, in comes Liv, makes the grab for out number 1. Next up is Peyton Biss. Peyton lined out to third and went out looking. There she is with 1 out and nobody on. That's in there, strike 1. Chevy's wasting no time here, getting ahead of these batters. That pitch is high, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball and 1 strike on Biss. Chevy has her pitch and deals. And that ball is hit into right field. And it falls in short. Throw to first is not in time. So it's a 1-out single for Peyton Biss. And that'll bring up Ryder. She's 2 for 2 with 2 singles and a run scored. 1 out and a runner on first. Monsters with a 2-run lead. Here's the pitch from Chevy. Makes Ryder duck out of the way. That's ball 1. Here's the 1-0 from Chevy. That one's low, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes on Ryder. Chevy gets her pitch. That's in there for a call, strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 2-1 from Chevy. Swung on, ground ball. Gets by Chevy, fielded by Liv. Throw to first is in time for out number 2. Peyton Biss goes to second on the play. So we got 2 outs, a runner on second. Monsters with a 2-run lead. Here's McGovern. McGovern grounded out to second and walked. Came around to score. Here's the pitch from Chevy. Low and inside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 from Chevy. She's got her pitch called. Oh, and misses the ball. Throw to third. Not in time. So runner on third now. 2 balls and no strikes on McGovern. Three and 0. Where's that missing? 3-0 on McGovern. There's no way that McGovern's swinging on this one. And call strike 1. All right, now she's green lighted, but she's going to pick a spot and only swing if it's in that spot, ideally, for McGovern. Here's 3 balls and 1 strike, 2 outs, runner on third. Ball 4. Runners at the corners now for Carell. Carell grounded out to short and was hit by a pitch. Runners at the corner. Tying run is at first base. Hit strike 1. Amelia Carell. 0-1. Swung on, ground ball, first base side, foul ball, foul ball, foul ball. That was a foul ball. No. Her foot was in fair territory. The ball was way outside. We have it on camera. We can rewind it. Sorry. So feel free to subscribe to the Dan-Dalin on YouTube. Watch that one back over and over again. So 0-2 on Amelia Carell. Runners at the corners. 2 outs. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Chevy. Swung on, ground ball to Riley Trude. Throw to first is in time for out number 3, and that's the ball game. The Monsters win this one under awkward amounts of controversy, 5-3 in 6 innings of play. We're going to pick up and play the 3rd game of the day in about 30 minutes over on field number 4. We're all going to go walk by Taco-Rilla and fill our fists with tacos. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, reminding you, don't wait for it to be a good day. Make it a great day, everyone.